I was 65, sick, and standing on a freezing street corner at night alone. My daughter-in-law slammed the door and sped off, leaving me with just $8 in my purse. She called it tough love, but I called it the moment everything changed. Because with that $8, I bought the ticket that would destroy their greed and save my soul. If you've ever been dismissed, underestimated, or treated like a burden by your own family, this story will hit you hard. Hit that like button, subscribe, and settle in for a revenge so poetic, even karma would slow clap. I'm Della, 65, widowed, and until recently, I believed family meant protection. But after my husband died, I became the burden. You know the type, someone you shuffle around during holidays and roll your eyes at when they ask for help reaching the top shelf. My son, Ryan, used to be kind, but after marrying Trisha, everything shifted. She had a way of smiling while cutting you down. The fake concern, the passive-aggressive comments. Maybe you'd be happier somewhere with people your own age. Or my favorite, you should be grateful we tolerate this arrangement. But I kept my mouth shut, because where would I go? My pension barely covered groceries. Then came the day my blood pressure spiked. I collapsed trying to water their lawn. When I woke up in the Ryan didn't even look up from his phone. Trisha just sighed and said, "You're scaring the kids." Maybe it's time to think about assisted living. Assisted living. Translation: get out quietly. A week later, they drove me to a doctor's appointment. Except they didn't stop at a clinic. They stopped at a gas station. Trisha turned to me and said, "We think it's best if you figure things out on your own." Then she handed me $8 crumpled and drove off. I stood there in the cold, humiliated, abandoned, and suddenly crystal clear. I wasn't family. I was an inconvenience. With nowhere to go and nowhere to be, I walked into the nearest convenience store. I needed warmth, water, dignity. But instead, I saw a flashing sign above the counter. Mega Millions jackpot, $60 million. Something inside me snapped or maybe sparked. I bought a bottle of water and a ticket. The clerk asked, "Lucky numbers." I didn't have any. So I said, "No, let the machine decide." The next morning, I was sitting on a bench when a stranger's radio blared the winning numbers. I read my ticket once. Then again. Then I nearly passed out. I'd won. I had won. Not $500. Not $5,000. $60 million. You'd think I'd scream, cry, dance. But no, I sat completely still. Because I realized something. If they thought I was useless when I had nothing, wait till they found out I had everything. I hired a lawyer, set up a trust, bought a modest condo under a pseudonym. Quiet, private, mine. For 3 months, I stayed missing. My son didn't file a report. My daughter-in-law didn't call. Not even a Facebook post asking where I was.